Well, welcome everyone. This is the seminar about nutrition and fitness and how to help yourself to support you through your life transitions, which is always wonderful experience of seasons of life. And today we're talking about nutrition with Lynette and fitness with Gabby. Lorraine is here as well to answer any questions or support you in case if additional questions will come about self-care or how to find help in the organization. But good luck and enjoy the beautiful seminar.
Okay, great. Just give it another minute here and then I'll begin. The first half will be on nutrition, and then Gabby will come in and present on fitness. So we'll just give people another minute.
Well, maybe to warm up our fingers for chat and questions, if you could guys say hello in the chat. And we always like to ask what is the cultural background that you guys coming from and with, because these conversations in the international arena are important. We all have cultural influences and differences. So if you can please find the chat to practice the communication with our speakers, and please let us know where culturally you're coming from and where you are now, so we have a better feel how to navigate through this beautiful community. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Olga. Okay, I'm going to get started because I think we have a pretty packed hour. And of course, we'll be ending right on time because I'm sure everybody's got a 9 o'clock to run to. But thank you for joining us today. And if you haven't attended a webinar with me previously, just a little bit about me. I'm pictured here without me are my husband, Stephen, my daughter, Julia, and also our cats. I enjoy running, reading, reviewing nonfiction books, traveling, tracking, planning, anything and everything. Please connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Viva Engage, or Yammer. And probably most important for today's presentation, I want to let you know that I'm 52. So I'm not fully menopausal, but I'm right smack in the middle of this beautiful transition. And this presentation, it's been a professional and personal joy for me to work on. So if we have time at the end, maybe we can start swapping embarrassing symptom stories. All right, and one last thing, I'm not a doctor and will not be providing medical advice. So instead, I'm offering general tips. So please consult your primary care physician before making any significant changes, especially if you have an underlying medical condition or if you're taking any medication. All right, so for the agenda this morning, the goal is to offer accessible, actionable, evidence-based dietary strategies with significant potential to improve the quality of life of anyone in or in the process of entering menopause. So today we'll go over the menopause plate. If you were in the session last week, I shared the visual with this, and this week we'll go a little bit deeper into it. In a nutshell, the majority of your plate should be vegetables, followed by protein, then healthy fats, herbs, and spices. We'll talk about symptoms. So during the transition from perimenopause to menopause, the body undergoes various hormonal changes, which can lead to various symptoms. We'll talk about the most common, how food can alleviate these symptoms, and what triggers to avoid. We'll talk about belly fat. So don't feel that weight gain is inevitable as you age. Before, during, and after menopause, your estrogen levels, they begin to wane and your metabolism slows, making it more difficult for you to lose weight. But we'll talk about strategies to fight that battle. And then lastly, we'll talk about support. So social, environmental, outside resources to support you and your health goals as you age. Okay, the menopause plate. So as your body changes during perimenopause and menopause, so do your dietary needs. It's very important to evaluate your diet because optimum nutrition during menopause will provide you with a multitude of benefits. Good nutrition will enable you to protect your bones, maintain a healthy weight, boost your mood and energy levels, and help reduce or alleviate many menopausal symptoms. It's really almost as important what we eat as much as what we don't eat. So we're going to move away from foods that are high in calories and low in nutrients. These are energy-dense foods full of sugar, seed oils, calories, And then instead, ensure you're getting the most vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and essential proteins as possible. And these foods are called the nutrient-dense foods. So again, the goal is to each support your optimal health, hormonal balance, and to reduce the symptoms. So focus on foods that you can feel good about and will contribute to optimizing your health. This is real food, which is as close to its natural state as possible. It's primarily unprocessed, free of chemical additives, rich in nutrients like vitamins, minerals, fiber, phytochemicals, think meat, poultry, eggs, dairy, vegetables, low sugar fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes. And let's talk about variety. If you're not eating a variety of nutritious food, giving your body the protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals that it needs, it will signal cravings to keep eating until those nutrition needs are met. And that's exactly what you don't want to be doing. So we'll dive into specific nutrients you need, but by changing up the vegetables, proteins, it's kind of like an extra insurance that you're meeting the various nutrient needs of your body. I do have a link here to a good article on 21 reasons to eat real food. To name a few, they're loaded with essential nutrients, heart healthy, better for the environment, reducing waste and energy needs, good for your gut, supporting your local farmers, etc. All right. Most processes in the body depend on protein, which is found in all body cells, and it's vital for good health. So ensuring you have enough high quality protein, so that's complete protein with all the necessary amino acids, will benefit your immune system, bones and muscles, hormone health, skin, tissue repair, detoxification from your liver and hair. Proteins will also provide satiety, so you feel satisfied and full longer. It'll also keep your blood sugar levels balanced. Good sources, there's a lot of them: chicken, turkey, meat, eggs, fish, seafood, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Vegetarian sources include lentils, chickpeas, nuts, seaweed, quinoa, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and soy. So how do you boost your intake? Well, you want to aim for about 20 to 25 grams of protein at each meal. And here is a visual of what 25 grams looks like and the top vegetarian protein sources as well. So if you're having a salad, add some protein to it: meat, nuts, seeds, seafood, tofu. And though I don't promote snacking, if you are going to have one, it should be a combination of healthy fats and protein. So handful of nuts, hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt. My preference is that you eat more at your meal so that you don't feel you need to snack. All right, good fats include animal fat, fatty fish, avocado, olives, nuts, seeds. They're vital for your health, especially during menopause, and include monounsaturated fats, polyunsaturated essential fatty acids. And these fats are needed for energy, to help you absorb fat-soluble vitamins, D, E, A, and K, and of course to protect your heart, brain, and bones. So don't be afraid of good, healthy fat. They do digest more slowly in the stomach, which gives you a sense of fullness, curbs cravings, diverts deprivation, and they're essential for all healthy cells. So just be sure that you're eating one serving at a time. The goal is to get one serving of healthy fats at each meal. Again, good sources: salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, anchovies, caviar, cod liver oil, olives, nuts like walnut seeds, like flax seeds and chia seeds, olive and avocado oil. And how to boost your intake is to plan to eat fish at least 3 times a week, or one of those fatty omega-3 type meals. Add avocado seeds and nuts to a salad. Mix your flax seeds or chia seeds into yogurt. Okay, and of course you can add your own ideas into the chat. That would be great. All right, let's look at your lifestyle. So it's important to review and alter your diet as you approach menopause so that your body is able to cope with all the hormonal changes. A better diet will also help minimize many common menopause symptoms. So these are pretty obvious, but you want to avoid processed and junk foods. Prepare your meals as much as you can from scratch to avoid unhealthy additives and extra sugar. You can use herbs and spices to add flavor to food. Reduce sugar intake because it's been linked to numerous health problems, including cancer, diabetes, heart disease, And sugar really can overwork your liver and make it unable to process estrogen effectively. And that can cause estrogen levels to fluctuate, exacerbating menopausal hormone changes. So instead of sweet foods, reach for the proteins and fats, the nuts, the olives, the full fat yogurt. You want to increase your healthy fats. So avoid the, quote unquote, bad fats found in many manufactured foods, and then increase healthy fats by upping your intake of the oily fish, the avocados, olives, nuts, seeds. Reduce the caffeine. So this natural stimulant, it works by stimulating the brain and central nervous system. Drinking too much can cause excess cortisol to be released into the bloodstream, which then can weaken your adrenals, can deplete your body of nutrients, interfere with hormonal balance, and sleep. If you enjoy your morning cup of coffee or tea, as I personally do, just make sure you want to switch to decaf, lemon water, or herbal teas for the afternoon so you don't disrupt your sleep. Unpopular one is to cut out the alcohol, which really it's high in empty calories and it can play havoc with hormonal balance. It interferes the liver's functioning and can make it less able to clear out the excess hormones and toxins. It also contributes to osteoporosis because it acts as a diuretic, leaching out the valuable minerals such as calcium. And during menopause, some women often become more sensitive to the effects of alcohol, and it can worsen hot flashes and insomnia. Just a word about calcium. Postmenopausal women account for 80% of all cases of osteoporosis because of the estrogen production declining, especially at menopause. And women can lose up to 20% of their bone density in the 5 to 7 years after menopause. So getting enough calcium is super important so that you can maintain your bone health. And also low levels of calcium can contribute to anxiety, stress, mood swings, depression, and sleep disturbance. So you want to boost your intake of calcium with milk, cheese, yogurt, broccoli, spinach, kale, cabbage, bok choy, tofu, of course, nuts, seeds, sardines, and canned salmon with the bones. All right, and the last lifestyle tip is to minimize stress. So from an eating perspective, eating junk food causes more stress on your body to digest and detoxify. So improving your diet reduces the stress, and of course, additionally, reducing worry in other areas of your life by embracing mental wellness exercises, physical exercise, which Gabby will address, and making use of some of the support resources that we'll discuss in a minute. The arrival of menopause into an already stressful life can cause additional stress with changing hormones, and long-term stress can suppress your immune system and affect your digestion, liver, heart, health, bones. Okay, so based on the real food recommendations, how should you stock your kitchen? So this is just a one-pager of good ideas. It's not complete, not inclusive, but you get the idea. And of course, I'll provide a link to this presentation. And maybe I can even create like a one-pager for this, but it's just like a snapshot of everything that I keep talking about as a reminder. All right, so before we jump into symptoms and food recommendations, I just want to talk about phytoestrogens, which are plant estrogens. They're naturally occurring compounds found in a wide range of plant foods, but most notably soy. And while the benefits of the role of soy on menopausal symptoms, it's not 100% conclusive. The notion that incorporating soy-based food has been around for a while, and it's certainly substantiated by multiple human studies, including a randomized controlled trial in the journal Menopause, which demonstrated that regular inclusion of soy reduced the frequency and the severity of hot flashes, as well as other symptoms. So the article here is linked if you'd like to read that. Commonly consumed soy foods include tofu, tempeh, edamame. Just be sure to buy non-GMO because soy is one of the most pesticide-laden crops, and you want to avoid soybean oil because it's highly processed and unrecognizable by your body. Other good sources of phytoestrogens include flax seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts, almonds, lentils, chickpeas, mung beans, yams, green leafy vegetables, berries. And how do you boost your intake? Well, Add it to everything. Add tofu to scrambled eggs, stir fries, soup, salads. Make a seed mix and add it to your yogurt or salads. Enhance sauce. This is a big tip, I think, not just for menopausal or perimenopausal, but for families. Anytime you're going to have like a red sauce or any type of sauce, add vegetables to it. Add lentils, chickpeas, spinach, tofu. All right, let's jump into the symptoms. Hot flashes and night sweats. These vasomotor symptoms are the most common menopausal symptoms of all, and they affect more than 90% of women. 90%, that's an incredible amount of women. And you can experience it in a variety of ways, including rushing sensation of heat, the facial flushing, uncontrollable sweating, heart palpitations. And night sweats can lead to significant sleep disruption, chronic fatigue. So what you want to do is seek out omega-3 fatty acid foods found in oily fish, flax seeds. Eat foods rich in hormone balancing phytoestrogens, as we just mentioned, such as soy, tofu, chickpeas, lentils, and cut back or avoid the triggers such as hot drinks, alcohol, and caffeinated drinks. All right, mood swings are extremely common. Maybe you felt that your moods are erratic and uncontrollable, or maybe you feel low much of the time, or fine one moment, then suddenly irritable and tearful the next. So what can you do? Well, you can try to eat hormone balancing phytoestrogens, chickpeas, soy products, lentils. Eat foods rich in magnesium, like almonds and Brazil nuts. Omega-3 rich foods will also boost your mood. So the herring, the mackerel, salmon, sardines, anchovies, caviar, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds. Anxiety. So during menopause, adrenaline and cortisol are released as the body tries to rebalance itself, while estrogen and progesterone levels gradually decrease. So this can cause the mood swings as well as heightened anxiety, which is often associated with heart palpitations during perimenopause. Anxious feelings can also be exacerbated by insomnia. So you're creating this vicious cycle where minor worries become magnified. Recommended is eating foods rich in magnesium and potassium. So things like quinoa, avocado, raspberries, nuts, seeds. If anxiety is an issue, I would avoid caffeine in all forms. And you want to boost your intake of vitamin D. Spend enough time in the sunshine, like 15 minutes midday. Eat foods rich in vitamin D, like eggs, oily fish, mushrooms. And many people are deficient in vitamin D. So I definitely would recommend you get your vitamin D levels checked by your doctor and then go from there. Fatigue and insomnia is a common problem, of course. Many women find that they struggle to get to sleep, or they wake up in the early hours of the morning and can't go back to sleep again. In addition, many women wake up from the night sweats, which further disrupts sleep. And when those sleepless nights persist, the result can be just debilitating and adversely affecting energy levels, clarity, focus, as well as mental health. So you want to eat foods high in iron, such as red meat, spinach, lentils, plus plenty of high quality protein to provide energy and minimize feelings of fatigue. Avoid caffeine, especially in the afternoon, to help with sleep, and you might want to try chamomile tea. Brain fog. So menopausal women can struggle to remember simple tasks and concentrate fully, and this can be both frustrating and distressing, and it really can significantly impact many aspects of your life. These symptoms are a physiological response to the depletion of estrogen, which triggers the hormone receptors in the brain responsible for clarity. So you want to boost your intake of vitamin B12 through meat, eggs, liver, salmon, sardines to help improve the brain clarity and memory. Eat foods rich in omega-3. Increase your intake of antioxidant-rich foods, citrus fruits, green leafy vegetables, turmeric to help protect your brain. Okay. Joint pain and muscle stiffness. So you might find that your joints start to ache and feel maybe generally just stiff during menopause, especially first thing in the morning. And this, again, is a result of the gradual reduction in estrogen levels, as the hormone is critical for good bone and joint health throughout the body. So you want to eat omega-3 anti-inflammatory foods. Add turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, garlic to food when you're cooking. It'll naturally help reduce inflammation. Eat vegetables, low sugar fruits, drink water, limit the alcohol, and eat magnesium-rich foods like almonds and spinach. I feel like I'm repeating the same wonderful foods a lot here, but maybe hopefully by the end you'll be like, oh, I know what exactly the oily fish are and their omega-3s and all that. So yeah, hopefully the repetition will be helpful. Digestive issues. So fluctuating hormone levels, they really do affect every part of the body, including your digestion. And some women might find that their gut health suffers, resulting in problems like bloating, fluid retention, constipation, and some conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, may worsen, intensifying the abdominal pain or bowel problems. So you can use ginger in cooking to help reduce the bloating. Boost your intake of fiber. Eat fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut to feed the good bacteria. And of course, gelatin found in bone broth can help improve digestion and protect your intestinal wall. But again, as we're recommending these, like you don't want to go overboard with like cups and cups of sauerkraut or kefir, or like overwhelming your digestion system. So start out small with some of these. All right, skin and hair changes. Maybe you notice the skin around the time of menopause starts to lose its firmness, tone, maybe an increase in those fine lines and wrinkles, general dryness, maybe increased itching. Again, this is due to the delicate balance between estrogen and testosterone. Some women may develop acne and increased facial hair. It's also not unusual for women to find their hair starts to thin and grow more slowly with a loss of volume and shine. So you really want to focus on getting enough omega-3 rich foods, which help keep your skin soft, getting enough water, eating foods rich in vitamin E. These are your nuts, seeds, eggs, green leafy vegetables, which help protect skin cells. And of course, vitamin C, citrus fruits, parsley, and again, the green leafy veg, which is beneficial for maintaining skin tissue. All right, urogenital problems. So declining estrogen levels are responsible for many urogenital problems that commonly arise during menopause. It's again that lack of estrogen that affects the lining both of the vagina and the bladder, causing these tissues to become thinner and more sensitive. The result is an increased susceptibility to problems such as the discomfort and urinary tract infections. So these changes are jointly known as urogenital syndrome of menopause. Consuming cranberries, which can be beneficial for UTIs because they stop the bacterial from attaching to the walls of the urinary tract. Also drinking plenty of water. Not drinking enough water will cause your urine to be more concentrate, which can irritate the bladder and lead to UTIs. So also cut back on caffeine because it can irritate the bladder further. Okay, if there's others, please feel free to put them in the chat. We can't get to all of your questions or concerns today. We'll collect them and we hope we can address them in a later session. All right, belly fat. So women during the menopause transition typically gain an average of 1 pound per year, with over 70% of peri and menopausal women overweight, which this is a US statistic, not global. But there are reasons why, which I'll mention. But again, you don't have to accept the belly fat. If you focus on optimizing your nutrition, a healthy weight will follow. So why do women gain weight so easily? It's the declining estrogen levels. They affect your metabolism and your weight distribution. You lose muscle mass, which reduces the basal metabolic rate, or how much you burn while at rest. Decreased sleep also affects your hunger hormones. Increased cortisol from stress can lead to an increase in belly fat. And some of you may have chronic conditions or take medicine that may make it more difficult for you to lose weight. Basically, you can no longer eat as much as you used to without gaining weight. And one general rule of thumb is that for every decade, you should eat around 100 fewer calories per day. So, for example, a 50-year-old needs approximately 300 fewer calories than a 20-year-old. Now, I'm not expecting you to count calories. This is just a formula that basically illustrates that your body does not need as many calories. Okay, so these are obvious tips, right, to minimize the weight gain You can focus on protein, eat high quality protein and healthy fats at each meal to balance the blood sugar levels. So that's the meat, poultry, eggs, nuts, seeds, yogurt, cottage cheese. Limit going out to eat or having too many takeout meals because they're often laden with calories. The portions are out of control. If you cook from home, you'll know exactly what is in the meal, the ingredients, and you'll have a better way to monitor that. Portions. So use a smaller plate and divide it up as we discussed for the menopause plate, mostly vegetables with protein, a little healthy fats, herbs, and spices. Fiber to meals will help you feel full faster, feel full longer, prevent blood sugar crashes and cravings. It also keeps your gut microbiome healthy and will help you get those vegetables in as well. Cut out the vices. So by this, I mean the refined carbohydrates, the sugar, the bad fats, the alcohol, processed food. And then track it. This is probably the best way that you can get a handle on what you're actually eating. If you track for a few days, 2 weekdays, 1 weekend to see what you're actually eating in black and white, then you can actually put it on paper or use a program like Chronometer, which actually allows you to see the nutrients as well. It brings awareness to your eating habits and you can more easily see where you can make improvements. Okay, lastly is support. Menopause affects everyone differently, and even for the same person, the journey through it is varied. So it's really important to speak with your doctor. That's the essential first step, especially if symptoms seem to prevent you from enjoying your daily activities. But of course, there's other ways. And starting with your doctor, though, I want to point out that you really should consult with them about supplementation. And I talked a lot about magnesium, calcium, omega-3, vitamin D. Obviously, I'm mentioning best food choices, but based on your personal situation, condition, medical history, etc., your doctor may recommend that you also take a supplement. Herbalist. So an herbalist or a practitioner with extensive knowledge on herbal remedies, such as a naturopath, medical doctor, functional medicine doctor, they can help you navigate the natural herbal remedies. And I didn't mention these today because this is not my area of expertise, but for those interested, herbal remedies are a specialized group of plants containing many compounds that work together and can nourish and help your body function better. So for example, I've just listed here, red clover assists with hormonal balance, black cohosh eases hot flashes and night sweats, valerian improves sleep, oat straw and lemon balm reduce anxiety, licorice and marigold ease skin issues. So, however, let me just restate that you should work with a qualified health care provider before running out and buying any of these. HSD. So there are several supportive programs in place that you may or may not be aware of. If you're looking for a primary care doctor in DC, there is the MedStar Primary Care Clinic in the MC building. There is the U.S. Preventative Medicine Preventative Plan offered via an app where you have a health assessment, you have access to personalized recommendations, electronic and telephone health coaching, etc. The friendly URL for that is the preventative plan, all one word. It's also linked here in the presentation. The ergonomics unit can help set up your workstation, offer stretching tips that you can do at your desk. For mental health resources, there's individual counseling and support. Also, there's a meditation and relaxation app, Relax app. So you might want to check that out. Okay, of course, nutritionist to provide you a personalized plan addressing your symptoms and how to incorporate nutrient-dense foods, or if weight is your issue, they can provide a customized, tailored to you approach. I am working on getting this as an offering for World Bank Group employees through the IFC Wellness Center, so stay tuned on that. Please connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube as well. Fitness centers and IFC Wellness Center. So whether you're in HQ or another country, you may benefit from joining a fitness center, going to a spa, a wellness center, and just a plug for the IFC Wellness Center. If you're in DC, come on over, check it out. There are meditation rooms, nap rooms, interfaith rooms, high-tech massage chair, soundproof consultation rooms with more to come. And virtual and in-person offerings are open to all World Bank Group staff. Okay, here's a list of resources I've used for the presentation. There's some books that I mentioned. They're all, really good resources. So they're all listed here. And of course, you can join me on Yammer or Viva Engage in my community. And jointly with HSD, we produce a monthly nutrition tips newsletter. And here's a link to the archives, which also includes the November issue as well. Okay, that's it for me. Now over to fabulous fitness guru, Gabby. Let me just find her.
Thanks, Lynette.
Yes.
I'm going to share my screen. We have a few questions here in the chat. There was one, Lynette, when you feel you are deprived for sweets and carbs, how can that be handled? I know you talked about it. Do you want to say a few more words about it?
Yeah, I mean, I really think the first line of defense is not to have it in your house if at all possible. But if you have it in your house, then I would say, and you can't hide it away from your site, then it would be to grab something that's full of protein and fat first.
Mm-hmm.
Really don't give in. Try to avoid and or even delay the option. But if you have to eat something, I would say don't eat it. Go for something that's protein rich with fat.
Thanks, Lynette. So everyone, my session will be pretty quick. I will focus more on questions. And there was one question in the chat that I just saw from somebody who had to leave at 8:30 for stretching and exercising. We're going to get to that. There's no rocket science that I'm going to invent. Probably everything that I'm telling you, you know about already. Quickly about me, I am a certified personal trainer. And I am leading the fitness section of the Healthy Staff Group. Maybe you are joining my workouts. I just had one before this session. I'm doing them mainly Monday through Friday, about 4 to 5 times a week, 20 minutes, and I'm focusing on body weight, muscle maintaining and building. It's not cardio. If you would like to get an invitation to that, send me an email or follow the Healthy Staff Group. You were going to see my announcements. They're happening every Sunday. And I'm posting stuff on Instagram about fitness, also from women in the menopause and how they deal with it. And today we're going to talk about a little bit about cardio, weights, how to start and what to do. And so the most important thing as we all age is building muscle. It's not cardio. You can be a cardio bunny. The difference to have the real fountain of youth is lifting weights. And by lifting weights, it doesn't have to be, you shouldn't be scared of it. You don't need to, there's a wrong perception around lifting weights. Where women are scared to go to the gym and they feel like they are watched all the time. So it is different than you may think. Prioritize lifting weights, then cardio, and then mobility. So the one question that we just had before on stretching, I also noticed that I need to stretch more and mobility. So let me explain. And no extremes. So that's what I meant. When you do weightlifting, you need to have a workout plan. And a good workout plan is by muscle. So it would look like this. A good workout plan, like 3 to 4 times a week, is about 45 minutes. It doesn't have to be any longer, but you dedicate these 45 minutes, ideally with a personal trainer who shows you how to move your body, how to use the weight, not injure yourself. And here, for example, we have legs and glutes. Here are sets. So you take a particular weight, your personal trainer would help you which weight to take, and then you do repetitions. ideally between 8 and 12 repetitions. Like the last repetition should be difficult to do in the best form. And then you do 3 sets of it. This is just a very overall, this is like one of the plans that I did for somebody, just so you have an idea of which muscle groups we're working on in this plan. And you do that like for 45 weeks, 45 minutes. Here I have one slide about, well, I'm mentioning muscle gain versus fat loss. I would like you to make a distinction between this, looking at the scale. So people tell me, I want to lose weight. Well, what you actually want to lose is body fat. I am weighing more than ever because I have muscles. So what I see on the scale, I don't care about it. I hear this a lot. I still weigh, I don't know, 60 kilos, 140 pounds, 180 pounds. Forget the scale. Check on your body how your clothes fit and how you feel. And as you gain muscle, you will weigh more. So what should you do if you're a beginner? I always start with talk to a personal trainer and a nutritionist. The way you look and feel, 70-80% is what you eat, and about 20% is only that you work out. So get a clear goal for you. Do you want to become leaner, increase muscle strength? Do you want to be able to hold a plank for 5 minutes, a certain number of push-ups, or just, aging well, being there for grandkids, want to travel well, don't need a cane, like being strong, being able to walk the stairs without heavy breathing. And here I'm talking, body fat versus body weight. So many of the people that work out with me, they want to lose belly fat. They want to see their abs. And abs are made in the kitchen and with lifting weights. It's not the cardio that you may think it is. So do some cardio, of course, for the cardiovascular system, but focus on weights and add some high intensity interval trainings. Exercise your abs as all your muscles. So like ideally you do 3 to 4 times weightlifting a week, which is about 40 minutes or even less if you can't, it's better to start and do something than not to do anything. And you train every muscle group. Water is important, as also Lynette mentioned, for many reasons. Less sugar and less processed foods and complex carbs over refined ones. So to build the body that you like, it takes years. It's not done in a few months. It's probably years, and it's a lifestyle. Here is what the WHO recommends. So 3 to 5 times resistance training per week, 30 to 45 minutes each. Then some moderate intense cardio. Moderate intense means that your heart rate, it depends on your heart rate. So you calculate your heart rate, I think 200, the number 220 minus your age. Then you get to the heart rate, to your maximum heart rate. And then about 70% of your maximum heart rate is where you should be in this moderate intense cardio. So for example, for me, I'm 37. So if you calculate 220 minus 37, so my maximum heart rate is 183. And if you calculate 70% of this, so in this range, I should be doing my cardio intensity. And very important, rest. So for example, if you do legs on Monday, then you don't do legs for the next 48 hours or longer. Like give your body a decent rest. it's important that your muscles, that you do feel the fatigue in your muscle, that you maybe even be sore the next day, and then you leave that muscle alone, that muscle group. The next day you move on to chest or biceps, triceps, and then let's say Monday you do legs, and then Thursday, Friday you do legs again if you have time. What you could have at home. So I urge everyone to talk to a personal trainer to understand how to move your body with weights, and then have a few at home, a few tools like a kettlebell or a dumbbell, some bands, so you don't rely always on a gym. I know it can be difficult to get to a gym for various reasons, but I would urge you to invest into your body and talk to a personal trainer and do like for 3 months, 2 times a week, like dedicate these 3 months to your fitness, talk to a personal trainer, go into the sessions twice a week and learn about your body. And then you won't need a personal trainer anymore. If you would like to reach out to me, I'm employed at the bank. I'm an admin professional, and you can send me an email with your personal questions or reach out on social media to me. What I would like to share is in the bank, there's I'm sure you're aware, the gym in the MC and in other buildings, and the MC, they also, so apart from me, there are also other instructors that offer different types of sessions. And that's it from me.
Gabby, I have a question. I don't know if you've seen these new stretch labs.
Yeah, I've been to one.
Okay, so there is one that's opening near my house. What is it, and what are the benefits? And is it like you go every week or every other day? What is it all about?
So the stretch lab, it's nice that it's called the stretch lab that's opening close by to you, because there is none in DC. Okay. So first when you come in, they're gonna do an assessment with you, and you will see all the imbalances. And when I did it, I was astounded of how much muscle imbalances I have. Like they want you to squat and then do an overarm squat. And that shows how mobile you are, how flexible you are, and also which muscles are, imbalanced, which side is stronger. And then you get on this bench, and then they push you a little bit, like they take your leg and then make a leg extension, and then they push it. It's not uncomfortable. You are in total control. They're very, they check in with you all the time. Since you tell me it's opening, I would definitely go. Yeah. And like do it maybe for 2 months. They're not cheap, of course. A session is probably like $100. But it's totally worth it trying it out. And then you learn again how to better stretch and where to focus on. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a weekly thing you would do? Or...
Yes. Okay. And then stretch at home too. I would stretch every day if you can, like 20 minutes stretching. It's a relaxation, and then sit into a stretch for minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Try it out. Let me unshare, let me stop sharing so I can read the chat if there is any.
Nasreen says you're a life changer.
Well, you yourself are a life changer. You yourself are. Yeah, I want to stress one more time, lifting weights is your fountain of youth. Don't be scared of it.
Yeah. Is Lorraine still on the call?
I don't see her.
Okay, I just want to invite her in if she had some.
On Sunday, I'm doing I was asked to do exercises for menopause. I mean, that help menopause issues. I understand I'm not there yet, but like a doctor, I don't need to have every illness to understand what needs to be done. I have been talking as a personal trainer. I've been talking to many fit women in their 50s who have informed me about what to watch out for, like the pelvic floor abs. On Sunday at 9:15, I'm gonna do another 20-minute workout session, which is dedicated more to pelvic floor and abs. Again, these are exercises that I would do regularly, and like my fellow Austrian Arnold Schwarzenegger, he would say, just do a certain program all your life, and this certain program just needs, like, I would say 6, 7, 8 of exercises that you repeat and repeat and repeat. And there will be phases where you don't get to work out at all for weeks or months, and then you will get back to it and continue right there. Sometimes you use more weight, sometimes you use less weight. And that's what, if you continue doing this on a daily, if you can, on a daily basis, weekly basis, you'll be just fine. You will be way more fit than those who don't do that.
So Gabby, as a lover of cardio, I struggle with motivation to do the weights. And I mean, I think your workouts are extremely helpful in that area, but is there anything else how you could motivate us to commit to that? Lifting weights and
well, if you don't have the intrinsic passion, like I gladly, thankfully do, to do weights,
is there like a small little step you could offer?
A small little step.
How we could get, some small successes and maybe build on that?
I mean, for many people thinking into the future and wanting to travel and being fit to travel as they retire, that is a motivation that, helps them to be consistent. Also, the way that people look, I mean, of course, that's important. I don't know if it's also like if you continue to make poor choices for your body, you will regret it. And if you don't prioritize fitness now, you will have to if you don't make time now for your body, you will have to make time when you are ill then, or when you have, sitting in all the doctor's offices, going there, having to deal with them. I mean, I don't know if it's part of not maturity, but taking responsibility for your life, I would say. It is a very, it sounds very serious, but I would say it is. So, you underestimate the time that you spend going to doctors with back pain, and this could all have been avoided if you just did your abs training. Abs and back is all interconnected. And you don't need to work out 10 hours a day, not at all. It takes, if you dedicate 30 minutes every other day, you will make, and I hear it from, you will notice a difference. And I hear it from the people who join my classes. There are several ladies, it's mainly ladies, some are even retired. And since they started working out with me 3 years ago, they notice a big difference in how they feel. And this, your body is your most priceless possession. I shouldn't have to convince you how important that is.
Yeah. Deborah has a great tip. She has weights at her desk that helps her.
Yeah. I want to tell you,
That's
The
great.
the 2 pound weights or the 2 kilo weights, I mean, they are go heavy. You can, you know, go like challenge yourself. You should be able to do like 8 to 12 repetitions for like a biceps, like a biceps curl, you know, and at the end towards to the 12, 10, 11, 12, that you should feel it. If you don't feel anything, it's a waste of time. Like you can lift weights, but you can really waste your time doing that and see no results because you're doing it incorrectly with the wrong weight.
Yeah. I like that tip. I think I'm gonna do that. I have a lot of clothes at my office, but now I'm gonna add the weights to my area.
Yeah, don't be too afraid of you know, getting heavier weights. With heavier, I mean 15 pounds. Not for biceps curls. Biceps curls, I would like do 8 pounds, you know, maybe.
But I gotta carry that to work. So I walk to work.
Oh yeah, okay.
Maybe one at a time.
Yeah. And for those, you know, try at home, try some squats. You know, what are you able to do a good squat? Your heels on the floor. Are you able to do a push-up? That gives you a good sense of your fitness.
Great.
And it's not too late, even if you have not lifted weights. On Instagram, I follow many women in their 50s, 60s who started in their 50s and 60s. Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? I don't see any questions, any other questions in the chat?
Yeah. If there are none, we can close early.
Yep. Well, thank you everyone for joining. And again, feel free to reach out to us individually or respond to Olga or post in the Yammer groups. But yeah, thanks for your time. Hope everyone has a wonderful day and we'll see you at the next session well, there's other little sessions next week, right? Exercise, meditation.
My workout on Sunday and then I think in December again.
Okay. All right. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.